a stitching Sunday. It is also September 1st, so this is kind of like my August wrap-up video. I used to do these all the time. I would do like a plans video, and then I would do like a bi-weekly video, and then I would do a wrap-up video. That's how I basically got in like 4 videos a month, but they were like themed. Anyways, so this is gonna be kind of like an August wrap-up, September plans. So kind of kicking it a little old school with like how I'm kind of frameworking this one. Okay, so let's just talk about everything. So this last week I worked on 3 things. I worked on 3 things. I started something new, but I hinted last week that I might do that anyways, and I'm really happy that I started it. And this will all tie into kind of like my September plans, and then also kind of what I'm planning to do for my birthday month. So that's really fun and exciting. Okay, so life recap for the last like week and a few days. Last weekend, I honestly don't remember what I did. I think I cleaned the house. I did. I didn't stitch as much as I wanted to because I had been putting off really cleaning the house for like a while. I mean, like, I was like picking up, taking out the trash, you know, like cleaning up, doing laundry, that kind of thing. But I mean, like, sweeping, dusting, all that kind of stuff. And like, I've got to like, I still got to get fur off the couch, but I have a few things left that I probably should still do. But for the most part, I cleaned almost every single room in my house. And the room that I did not touch at all was my craft room. And that's because probably today and tomorrow, and I don't know if I'll get done in the 2 days, but I want to start recording. One, I want to kind of do like a whip parade-ish. I want to do like a whip parade-ish, but more like a declutter. And there's just some stuff that I just don't ever think I'm going to finish. Or if I were to finish it, I have no desire to keep it. So it's kind of like, I finish it. And I already have one that I'm going to rehome. And I've already told her, you know, it's half done. You'll just have to buy the pattern. And I'm going to send that one to her. So I might have a few like that, if you like anything in that video that I declutter, you would just have to buy the pattern, because most of the stuff that I don't want to really finish are patterns that I bought digitally, so I can't send the physical pattern to you. Like, it's not like a pattern, so it's an e-copy. So anyways, but if anybody decides that they want any of those whips, I'll send that to you if you want to finish it. If it's something that you've been wanting to start, you would just have to buy the pattern. If there was any specialty threads, I would send you what I had left, so we have the same dye lot, but any DMC I wouldn't send with it. So there's that. But also, I've run out of fabric room. I have way too much fabric. There's just, well, you'll see in the videos, but there's piles everywhere. I have the worst way to store patterns ever. So I went today and I got some more storage stuff that I think is going to work out perfectly. So I'm going to do kind of like a whip declutter / whip parade-esque type thing, because I may not show everything. I may just show the ones that I've been repeatedly not touching. I'm not really sure. We'll see how I feel and what I do. And then the other one is going to be kind of like a cleaning / stash reveal, I guess. I mean, I'm not going to show every single thing in my stash, but kind of like clean with me / organize with me So you can see like how I currently organize things, which right now is half organized, half crap everywhere. And you can see kind of like how I decided to revamp my organizational system. So I'm gonna work on those this weekend, I think. It may take me a few weekends, because there's just so much stuff in stash. It's crazy. But other than that, last weekend I cleaned and I stitched a little bit. I had a new start throughout the week, or at the beginning of the week. And then I worked on 2 of my ones that I've been actively working on lately. And then I didn't record on Friday because I didn't really feel very good. Like in general, I just didn't feel very good. So I didn't record. I did record yesterday before I went to an event yesterday evening, but I don't know. I was very rambly, which I know that y'all are okay with, and I'm kind of rambling right now, but it was like disorganized rambling. And for whatever reason, I don't know, like while I was at this event, I kind of had it in my head that I didn't really like the video that I made, so I decided to re-record it today. It's uploaded and everything. I just have to make it unprivate on my page. But anyways, I'm re-recording. This one's gonna be the one that becomes public, so it is what it is. Yeah, I don't know. I just had it in my head that for whatever reason, that one just wasn't good enough. So re-recording right now for that. But last night I went to, so I have tattoos. I don't have as many visible ones. These are my only 2 like super visible ones. The rest like are covered up either by clothing or it's behind my ear. This one's sometimes visible in videos depending on what shirt I'm wearing. But the rest of them are all covered. But I have 9. I technically have 11, but 3 of them are of a piece in my opinion. So I consider it 1. So 9, 11, whatever you want to equate that to. And 7 out of the 9 were done all by the same artist over the last 11 years. So, I had to go get some unsweet tea this morning, after going to the grocery store. So, 7 out of 9 were done by the same artist. And the tattoo shop that she works for now is roughly like 45 minutes, an hour away. And so not too bad. It's in the Bryan College Station area. So if you're ever in that area and you're looking for a really good tattoo, definitely go check out Arsenal. It's in downtown, like Old Bryan, and they're just so good there. But my tattoo artist, they were so it's a 25th anniversary for Arsenal, the tattoo shop. She's been there for about 5 or 6 years, and so it was a customer appreciation day. So she invited some of like her most loyal customers, and even though it's been about 4 years since I've gotten a tattoo, she invited me, and it was really cool. I got to meet a lot of her newer customers and a lot of people who have a lot of ink by her, but I happen to have the oldest ink by her yesterday, so it was really funny. Like one of them was like, oh, you have an Audrey original. Like so her skills, obviously over time you become better and whatnot and all that. So I have some from 11 years ago, I have some from 4 years ago, and so I have varied levels of skill from Audrey on my body. I love all of them, but you can tell which ones are the newer ones, as she had been doing it longer and longer. But that's okay with me. That's just how it is. So anyway, so I went to that event. And then I drove a little bit further out of town. I drove like 20 more minutes out of my way from coming home after the event. I left and I went to a friend's house that I hadn't seen in a really long time, and we just hung out for like an hour and a half and just like chatted, and it had been a couple of years since we had seen each other. He and I text all the time and we talk on the phone all the time, but we just haven't hung out in years. Because he used to have a leased car, so it was hard for him to like come visit and whatnot. And I was like, I'm in the area, I'm just gonna come visit you. So we just sat around and talked and watched a little bit of the Longhorns game, and because that's what he was doing, and it was really fun. So I got home really, really, really late. So it's kind of where we are today. My dad was supposed to come up today, but he decided not to. We're gonna be hunting all next weekend. So he was just like, I have a lot to do before we're out of town next weekend. So I was like, totally cool. So he decided not to come up. So I'm free today. So I'm gonna be stitching and, like I said, cleaning and organizing in my craft room. And then tomorrow I have off for Labor Day. So more of the same. So stitching, watching movies, Netflixing, and organizing, cleaning, and that's basically it. So anyways, I hope that y'all have had a great week so far, or a great last week. So let's dive into the actual stitching now that I'm over 10 minutes into this video, closer to like 11 something. Okay, so let's talk about my lunchtime stitch, which is the A Year of Celebrations by Kathy Haberman. And this is my October. So again, not finished, but it's on 32 count Pictureless Plus Lugana in Bramble. I'm doing the whole series on that. And I have the colors for November and December pulled, but I might stop working on them after October is finished until October. Possibly. We'll see. I don't know. I may go ahead and start in November, but whenever I kind of get into what my goals for September are and like what my goal planning is for September, it may or may not work out that way. So if I do start November before October, it'll be towards the end of the month. But anyways, this is October. So what I have left, or what I've finished since last week, is I finished the word October, and I started on the white ghost and for the little eyeballs. So what I have left is obviously the big creepy tree. I have to finish the ghost, and I have to finish filling in the sign and these little baby tombstones. So not a whole lot left. I just need to crack down and just do it. Still gonna work on this at lunch this upcoming week. There was just this last week, I had totally forgotten that we had a full day. So our new fiscal year starts September 1st. So our division, the last week of August, we always have like a New Year celebration kind of thing. Like it's like a New Year end of summer kind of like all day celebration where we like play games and have contests. There was like an ice cream making competition. There was a slinky, like a slinky down the stairs race. There was a they made an escape room, which apparently was really cool. They made what was the other competition? Oh, it was air balloon race cars. So you had an hour to make your own like balloon race car. And so we had those, like everybody else who didn't participate got to like watch and stuff. So, and there was a luncheon and whatever. So basically it was a full day of just doing nothing at work and just hanging out with friends, like your workmates and things. And our group, because there's like some downtime in between the different competitions, in our group, one of the managers had her husband drop off a Wii and a television, and we had Wii Sport competitions, and I won all 3 Wii bowling games because people kept on wanting to play the winner, and I beat everyone, including our main director for our area, and he was like, do you have a review coming up? I'm gonna go talk to HR. And I was like, Yeah, okay. But I won all of those games, failed at tennis, but I knew that was going to happen. But it was just so much fun. We were all just playing like Wii Sports and having little mini competitions. It was really fun. And they all now know that I'm really good at Wii bowling. I tried to warn them that I was really good at Wii bowling, but some of them did not believe me. So there's that. But anyway, so we had some downtime. We also took like a team lunch one of the days. So, and then Friday we were dealing with a crisis. So I didn't get to stitch but 2 days at lunch. So that's why a little bit less progress than what I would have hoped for this week, but it is what it is. But yeah, so almost finished. So those are my final colors. So the white, the blue, and the creepy tree. So I'll be excited to finish that this week. I may even put a little bit of stitching in on this weekend because there's honestly not much left to it. I just need to hunker down and do it. And then this will get put aside for a little bit. Because you'll see. And whenever I talk about my upcoming plans, we'll get into that. Okay. The other thing that I worked on, and I still have not made a working copy for this because we just got paid yesterday. We got paid a day early because it fell on a weekend, the 1st. And so I have still not gone to go buy computer ink. I need to go and do that. I keep forgetting. So I don't have that yet. I might search online though. I can probably find it cheaper if I just order it offline. Anyways, that's a side note. But I still haven't made a working copy because I have no ink to print out a working copy. So what's the point? And the one blessing with Brenda Gervais patterns is they are in color, which is sometimes difficult on a working copy because sometimes, like whenever you print it in black and white, you like can sometimes not really see the symbol very well, depending on how it was colored on the pattern. But because there's like, anyways, the pattern is pretty easy to read without having a working copy, and I've made not many mistakes. I think my biggest mistake is I started stitching this flower orange and I wanted it to be a purple flower. So I had to pick that out. But if I've missed anything, it's been by like a stitch or two, and I just go back really fast. I haven't made any major mistakes that I know of yet. So far, everything is lined up, which is really exciting. I still have majority of the cat to stitch, like for real, not kidding. But I decided to go ahead and I made the outline of the cat, and I finished a lot of the things inside of the cat. So I just have to finish filling in the cat. I have to do the pink of the ear, so the pink of this ear, and then the mouth lines and the whisker lines once it's all filled in. But otherwise, he's outlined and everything else is done. And well, I'll just show you. But I'm working on this side of the details right now. So I have a good chunk of it done. And I absolutely love it on this fabric. So it's on Picture This Plus 32 count Lugana in Cauldron. And I made some color changes. Obviously the cat is supposed to be black, not white, but Potter, it's gonna happen. So I changed, the nosies and the ears from the light orange to the pink. And I definitely have both purple and orange flowers. I made the bats more of a dark, like gray, because that's more actually realistic to what bats look like. They're grays and like browns. So, very few of them are like true black. So, I made them more gray color. This bat right here, I'm not going to put the candy corn necklace on him. Just because this is very Halloween-y, but like I said last time, I'm making it look like Potter. I wanted to change up some of the flowers because in my opinion, purple is kind of like a Halloween-ish color, and so is like bright teal and stuff like that. It's kind of become like, it's become a Halloween color since like the late 90s throughout the 2000s. So I just really wanted to add an extra pop of color, and I just have always loved bats because I'm weird, and it's fine. So for me, if I don't do the candy corn and by mixing up some of the colors, sorry, I was gonna start having hiccups. It kind of becomes a year-round piece, which is really what I want. So I'm gonna try and find some like cute frame that I can put this in, and I can have it out year-round, maybe like in my room most of the year, and then at Halloween bring it out or something, or just have it in the living room all the time. But I love the orange. I'm so glad that I chose this half of the fabric with bigger splotches of orange on it, because it's really cool that the orange is coming out of this, of the moon area. The purple is popping so fantastic off of the orange. This is going to be an orange flower, so there's going to be like splashes of it. And the bat coming, his other side of his wing is going to be coming through orange. So I love it. He's poking out through, I don't know. Anyways, obsessed with the fabric choice that I have. Whenever I started this last week, Dee Dee on Instagram, and I will try to remember to leave her handle down below. She was just waiting on her fabric to come in, and I know that Nikki is going to be stitching it, and soon Trisha's going to be sending it because I'm sending Trisha my copy. So if anybody else who's stitching this, Dee Dee wanted to come up with a Sal hashtag. So she came up with Gone Batty with KA Sal. She wanted to put my initials in it to, because I don't know, I think I'm the first person that she's seen stitching on this. I haven't really seen anyone else start this yet, but it's so fantastic. Maybe more people are waiting till closer to Halloween, but I just couldn't not start this. So if this is in your wish list to buy, or if you've already bought it and you're just waiting for a reason to start it, go ahead and start it, and join us on this Sal, and use that hashtag if you want. But Gone Batty with KA Sal, and I'll put that down in the description box below as well, because we're having a lot of fun seeing the different fabrics. And I know somebody else was talking to me about they want to change the color of the cat to like a gray color instead of like a more black, and so yeah, I'm really loving that I'm making this Potter. I think it's gonna look so cute whenever it's done. So I have a lot of white left to go, but that's okay. It's gonna look fantastic. So there is that. Now for my new start, I talked about starting this, and I kind of joked about it, but then I actually did it. Okay, so I went ahead and I started it because for my Quilt Guild meeting on Monday, which was for September, I got something on the bag. I had everything like sprawled out, and so I didn't really have an active whip that was like just easy to grab and go. And all that I needed to chunk into the bag to go ahead and start this one was a hoop and some needles. So because I just grabbed my pair of scissors off the table. So I went ahead and started at my Quilt Guild meeting, and I worked on it for about 2 or 3 days this week, and I'm loving it. So this is on a piece of 18 count Aida that I dyed myself. So I've been using, anytime I dye fabric, I just call it the dyed panda, because I was dyeing fabric at one point in time for people. And I still will. If you want to individually message me, I will still do custom dyes for people, but I don't dye things and then try to sell them anymore, because I like to dye weird and crazy stuff, and not as many people are into that unless they're looking for something very specific. So you can still reach out to me and I can do more custom dyes. That's what I do more of if I do them. But this one I randomly custom dyed for myself, and I named it Arabian Sun, but it is an 18 count, just Ada, that I got from Hobby Lobby. And I'm using a good mix of the called for DMC colors, but I also, so it's about 50-50. I'm using about 50-50 called for and 50-50 my own pulls for the colors. So I'm very much customizing it, and I need to probably also put this call out on Facebook, but I think it was on here, but I honestly can't remember which video. So I had remembered talking about whenever I first bought this pattern, and I probably just need to, I might have titled that video like Market Haul, so it might be easy to find, but I also might have had this conversation on Instagram. I can't remember where I had the conversation, so I'm going to put the call out on both spots, but I don't want to put this right here for a specific anybody. And somebody gave me the idea of back stitching, and they gave me like the perfect phrase, and I should have kind of like, I should have written it down on my working copy back whenever they told me, and I didn't. So if that was you and you gave me like a really cute like short phrase to backstitch here, please remessage me, because on the pattern where this is, it's blanked out, so that way you can like use the alpha to like doodle out what you're gonna do. So I was gonna see if it would fit. So yeah, if that was you, please leave it down in the comments again. I would greatly appreciate it. I need to go back on that video and see if it's in those comments, but if it was just in DMs on Instagram, I might not have it anymore. That, or even if I still do, I have no clue who it was anymore, because I barely remember what I did last week. So anyways, that's where I'm at though. So far this pattern is relatively easy to color complete. It's really dark blue though. I haven't color completed because there's some speckles of dark blue in the skirt, so I haven't gotten that far. But I've color completed some of the other colors, like the dark green, and the hair colors, and I'm almost done with the skin color, this like twig color. So I'm kind of color completing with that one. And once I get to the words, I think it's gonna go relatively fast. So that's everything that I've worked on this week. Now, what are my September and birthday plans for the month of October? I get cold, so I have a blanket down here. Okay, so September, my goal is to finish the Silver Creek Samplers When Life Is Done pattern, to finish Gone Batty, to finish the October A Year of Celebration Square, to finish Autumn ABCs, and to finally finish Be Inkspired. Those are like the 5 things that I really, really, really super want to have done. That was 5, right? 1, 2, yeah, that's 5. And that, if I get all of those done, then the end of September, I will have at least 40 finishes. Oh, I also want to finish Bitter Brew. I at least want to finish Bitter Brew. I am well aware that I'm not going to finish the Scary Apothecary series this year. But, okay, so I want to finish those 6. Which, if that happens, it'll bring my finished total for the year by the end of September at least to 41. And that's if I don't start anything else really small and finish that. There is a stitch in my whip pile that I am so close to finishing, and I really want to finish it as a Christmas gift for my cousin. So I'm so close to finishing it too, but the pattern is frustrating and hard to read. So that's kind of why I haven't gone back to it. But I kind of also want to throw that in because it's so close and it would be a gift. I also want to restitch the girl with the pearl earring at least once for it to be a Christmas gift. I want to stitch it a couple of times, but I need to restitch it at least once or twice for Christmas gifts for these. And so those I know will only take me a day or two. So that's why I said if I do November, it will be pushed out a little bit. So that's kind of where I'm at for September. I want to wrap some stuff up. Now, I know that Gone Batty was a new start last week, the week before. So I've been working on it for roughly 2 weeks, but not every single day. So I know that was a newer start, but I just could not do it. And Life is Done, but I want to finish Life is Done in the month of September because it's the 11th anniversary, 12th anniversary. I can't count. So that's just, I want to work on it and get it done in September for just the feels. Okay. And then I want to wrap up some of these autumn ones. My plans for October, I really want to work on my Lizzie Kate Halloween rules in October. So that's why I'm saying I know I'm not going to finish Scary Apothecary this year. But I want to keep actively working on it. But I know I'm not going to finish it by this Halloween, which is fine with me. But I want to stay actively working on them through, I want to actively work on them. But in October, I want to keep actively working on Scary Apothecary, finish up November and December, a year of celebration, and work on my Lizzie Kate Halloween rules. And then the other Brenda Gervais that I bought, which is the Halloween holiday hoopla. But Heather and I are still trying to figure out a weekend that works for both of us to try and do it in a day together like we've done the other ones. But if we just can't before Halloween, I will just bang it out in a day or two on my own, which I don't want to do because we've almost done the entire series together, but life is life and things just can't always work out the way that you want them to. So we'll see what happens with that. But those are kind of my plans. But for my birthday, I don't really ever create a birthday hashtag, or I don't think I ever have before. But so as of right now, there's no official hashtag for my birthday. My birthday is in the month of October, and there are 2 Blackbird designs that I want to start. I've been talking about starting Octopus Garden for gosh knows how long, but it'll be my 3rd one in the Beetle series to start. So I really want to start and hopefully finish Octopus's Garden because I'm trying to do all 6 to make a mini wall quilt for my house because I love the Beatles. So I really, in my birthday month, not necessarily around my birthday, but in the birthday month, I want to start Octopus Garden and hopefully finish it. And I also want to start Feast of Friendship by Blackbird Designs. So if either of those 2 patterns spark your interest at all, but you don't have them or any supplies for them, go ahead and try to grab those and find those. I'm pretty sure they're both still available, at least on 123 Stitch, I know, and on some of the Etsy seller sites. I've seen at least both of them, but I don't remember if any of them are in the same shop except for at 123, but I'm pretty sure you can still find both. Or if neither of those patterns spark your fancy, but a Blackbird design pattern sparks your fancy, then I would love for you to stitch something Blackbird for my birthday if you so choose. And if somebody wants to create a hashtag for my birthday, then you're more than welcome. Just let me know what you think it should be, and we'll do that. But those are that's kind of like a 2-month out, like what some of my plans are. Now, if you've been here for a while and you know me, I tend to change things, but I'm pretty set in what I want to accomplish in September. Whether or not it'll happen is a totally different story, but I'm going to work my buns off. I'm going to work my fingers off to try and accomplish at least finishing up those 6 patterns this month. Now, whether or not I start anything else, don't know. But I'm going to attempt to finish those 6 things, and then that's kind of what I want to do in October. But again, things can always change. But that's kind of where I'm sitting, where I'm at, what I want for, you know, the wrap up of August, so going into September. But I wanted to go ahead and mention what I had in mind for my birthday in October, in case anybody does want to do a stitch along with me for my birthday. You can go ahead and start thinking about like what patterns, or trying to find the 2 that I'm gonna stitch, because I have both of those fully kitted out. They're like literally sitting there going, stitch me, stitch me, stitch me, and I just need to start them. Also throughout the next 2 months, the map sal is still going on, so I've still got to be working on my map sal and recording that. But again, those are in special videos, so there's that. But I think that's about it. This is one of my longer videos in a while. So, and the cleaning ones and the whip one will definitely be a long video. So if you really like long videos, wait till those come out. But they will probably take some time and some editing, because I'm not going to make you sit there through all my ramblings and decisions. So we'll try to make it as painless as possible. Maybe do some speed ups with music. I'm not really sure. Okay, so anyways, I hope that y'all have a fantastic Labor Day weekend. Spend some time with family, friends, and definitely stitch. And have a great first week of September. I will see y'all next weekend. Bye, guys.